What up, brothers? It's the Clipper King returning, and I'm in full-on advertising mode tonight. A few of my close Skype friends knew I'd got this figure coming. I knew probably Friday, I think it were, and I've been secretly bubbling about this figure. It's a first for me. It's an art figure, and as you can see, it's the Punisher figure. Fuck what the box says. It's the Art Figures Avenger, as they call it, but we all know it's Tom Jane from the Punisher movie. So yeah, I'll show you how I've got it set up. Got the box in the background. Figure, a chilling little pose. I'm on the Michael Jackson DX stand, I'll explain that later. I'll show you up and down figure. I'm set up. You know I'm loving that pose. So yeah, I'll just explain what's happened. A few of you guys already know I'm sort of working with a guy called Lee. Runs an online store called The Good, The Bad and The Robots. He's a top guy. We stay in good contact with each other through Facebook, through email and what have you. The setup we've kind of got is he does like a short-term loan on figures for me to review, have a look. If I like them, he offers for me to keep them at a decent price. He did so with the Leon, but at the time I'd already bought a load of figures and couldn't really afford it. And I got my Classic Predator off him, and he saw me right on that figure. So this is the third one I'm doing for Lee. But like I say, massive shout out to him. So I will say, first and foremost, anybody interested in this figure, it goes on his store for £110 with free shipping. That's in the UK. I'll tell you later in the review if it's worth that, you know, what my thoughts are on that price. He also asked me to mention that he's taking pre-orders for a figure called Art Figures The King. Now, anybody who doesn't know this figure, I'll explain it because I didn't know until he told me about it, and I went and did a bit of research. The King figure by Art Figures is basically the Leonidas dressed as the King, or King Elasaur as he becomes known in the Return of the King, third part of Lord of the Rings film. Really nice looking figure. Obviously I don't know what the quality's like, so I'm not seeing it in hand, but it does look really good. So if you want to pre-order that figure or have a look at it, get across to Lee's store or across to Art Figures if you want to check it there first. And like I say, he's taking pre-orders on that. I don't know the price because he's not shared that information with me, but like I said, the price on this one is £110 and that's shipped in the UK. So rolling on to review. I will do the source material like I always do. Now, this is a film I haven't watched since it first come out, and I remember I enjoyed it. It's a little bit graphic, I think, for a Marvel film, but it sort of goes down the same lines as like the Blade series of films. It's kind of Marvel for the older viewer. Now, I really enjoyed it. It weren't a top film, as in a 5 out of 5 film kind of thing, but it were an enjoyable watch. The standout star in the film was John Travolta, although, like I said, Tom Jane played the Punisher, the title character, Frank Castle, and he did a really good job of it, and I actually prefer it still to the newer one that came out, the Warzone film. I wish he'd have stuck with the role and he had got a bigger budget as the franchise moved on, but that weren't the case. But yeah, I do like him in that role. Like I say, I'm going to explain you this pose because it's giving me a little bit of a twitch in my ball bag. I've got him looking pretty broody. That's the expression they've gone for. Collar's up. He might be mourning. His wife and his kids have died. What do you expect from him, brothers? Fucking hell, cut the man some slack. Got the working pockets, so I've tucked his hands in. Looking fucking fresh. In fact, looking double fresh. Fresh to death. Kind of walking, strolling, I'd say. Not a full-blown walk, he's strolling. Maybe shedding a tear, we don't know, we'll never know. But that's how Clipper King sees it. I'm loving that pose. Like I say, both his hands in his trench coat pockets, and he's not weaponed up or all. We're early doors yet, boys. We're early doors in review. He'll get more dramatic as we go along, you know it. But yeah, that's the pose I've gone for. So the film, anyway, I'm going to give it... well, I give Iron Man 2 a 4 out of 5, so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Don't sound a lot, but it's an enjoyable watch. And I'm going to be honest, when I finish doing this review, I'm actually going to watch that film again because I've got it on DVD, so check it out. Right, straight onto packaging. I'm going to try and be fast here because nobody wants to spend 10 minutes looking at a box. So what I'm going to say is it's notably smaller than a Hot Toys or Entebbe box. Really shallow looking. Show you from side. Just about houses the figure. I'm going to open it up because the accessories are still inside. I like it. In fact, I like it a lot, if I'm honest. Obviously, the graphics are all wrong. We know that. It's an unlicensed figure, but the size of the box is what I like about it, and the feel of it. It's really good cardboard. It's got a magnet wraparound, so that opens like that and comes round. You don't get the split that you get with Hot Toys down there, or this one hasn't anyway. I don't know how much this one's been used before. I got my mitts on it, but it's not split. Probably due to the good quality cardboard, I'm thinking. I like the artwork. It's showing the figure and then the head sculpt here. Obviously, because they didn't have the license, they can't show no movie stills. Scrap that shit and just put Punisher, but don't worry about that too much. You unwrap it, and then, oh, that's going to stand there. Nice shot again inside. That's on both spines. Does actually look like a movie shot, that, but it's not. It's the figure. Thin layer of foam. Come out, you little slag. Sorry about swearing. I try not to swear too much on reviews that I do for Lee's store, because I think he attaches them to his sales, to his item, and if I'm swearing and there's kids looking, I've got to apologise, sort of thing. I don't like doing that, so I do try and cut down. So as you can see, the foam inside, obviously them couple of bits have just dropped out as I've opened it. It houses everything really nicely. Show the little magazines, 4 magazines there, 2 pistols, the gun, grenade launcher, and that's a grenade. I'm going to go into that when I do extras, but really nice box, and I'm going to give it... The artwork brings it down, but the size of it takes it back up. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Not top notch, like a Superman box or a Godfather box or a couple of others I've probably given a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Right, onto likeness. Just move up the figure for you. Oof. Now then. Take it easy. We've started now, brothers. Let me talk you through pose first. Tell you pose. His legs spread, like he's walking. His piece up. Just a nice loose grip. I'll explain the hands later. Just looking down the barrel, like I like it. Shotgun at the ready in other hand. Not carrying it with handle, that's too conventional. He's just got it. Just got it by, you know, just gripping it. Casual kind of walking. Beautiful. Just tuck behind him. And then, like, I've sort of positioned his coat, because the bottom of the coat's wired, so it's fluttering out. So that's the look you get. Wind blowing through him. He's got his sights on something he's fucking about to blow. Anyway, let's get on to likeness. Right, I have checked a little clip of this film just to refresh my brain, because, like I said, it's a while since I saw this film last. But I was pretty sure when I first opened the box that it were dead on. Now, it is and it isn't. The expression is quite somber looking, which in parts of the film it is dead on. But in general, it's not really an expression he uses a lot, kind of thing. So it's a funny one. It is definitely him, no two ways about that. But I don't know if this expression knocks it off a little bit. See, like there, I think that's pretty bang on. And straight on, I don't know. It's not far off, I will say that. The paintwork is definitely Hot Toy standard. I would have preferred a bit more stubble, if I'm honest. Just a bit of a dirtier look about him. Maybe a little bit darker underneath the eyes, just to show the stress he's under, sort of thing. But that's nitpicking. It is a fucking awesome head sculpt, to be honest. On a figure that came out costing a lot less than an Hot Toys figure would, you can't really grumble. The hair's quite nice. In fact, the hair's very nice, apart from the front few sections that dangle down look a little bit sideshowish. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I used to have a lot of the sideshow Star Wars figures, and the hairs were a little bit too chunky, not as defined as an Hot Toys would be. But that's not a big problem. Like I say, you're looking at that that's him. That's Tom Jane to me. So, yeah, really good likeness. Not bang on, like I said, but when he's facing that expression, then I give him that. To score it, again, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Not top notch, but not far off. And like I said, keep it back in your mind, brothers, price of this figure compared to a figure like... what could I compare it to? A T800, say. I've gone for that because basically they wear black leather outfits and they've got similar amount of weapons with them. So yeah, good enough likeness for me. Like I said, a 4 out of 5. That's not a bad shot at him. Make your own mind up, brothers.